Hi there, welcome back to electronic music production with Ableton Live. So we're up to part 8 now. So in this part we're going to look at envelopes. I've not gone all stationery, Royal Mail, not that kind of envelope. We're going to look at clip envelopes, musical envelopes. So quickly, an envelope first of all, because sometimes it can get a little bit tricky to get your head around what an envelope is. Basically, an envelope refers to something that will change over time. For example, the volume of a clip or panning and so on. If you think about envelopes on a synthesizer, which can be applied to the amplifier or the filter, it's the ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, release. Okay, that's an envelope that kind of shapes the sound over time. So, first thing we're going to do then is we're going to bring a clip in here. I'm just going to show you what we can do with a few clip envelopes. I'm going to use one from the Loop Masters mixtape. If you've watched all the other videos, you'll know I'm always using this pack of sounds. You'll be pleased to hear though, I'm not using the usual drum loop. I'm using a different one this time, so very exciting. So we're going to use this synth pad, this first one here. So it sounds like this. Okay, so hopefully you can hear that. I'm not in my normal studio now. I'm sort of doing this this video on the move, so I apologise if the sound's not quite as good as the other ones, but you will get the general idea. So first thing we're going to do then is we're going to double click on the clip to open our clip view down here. And what we need to do is click on this E down here, because this is going to open up our envelope window. So if we are looking at the sample, what you're going to look at for the window you're looking at is the one that's orange in this arrow here. If you're using this skin, it'll be a different color if you're using a different skin. So that's the sample. If we click on the envelope, okay, basically it looks the same, but you can see we get this dotted orange line that will now appear. And this is our sort of automation envelope that we can use. In here are the parameters that we can automate as the thing stands at the moment. So we can either choose the clip or the mixer. So the clip's going to affect stuff in here. So we can change the volume, transposition, grain size modulation, flux modulation. So that's kind of the stuff that's in here. So we're going to just do, to start with, just the volume modulation, just to give you a quick example of how we can use this clip envelope to shape the sound over time. So I might have several clips in here that I kind of might adjust the volume, I might want to dip them down or something, but I don't want to do it using the main fader here, because that's going to affect other clips that may play later in a song here. So what we can do is we're going to affect the volume of the actual clip itself, not the track itself, which is what this refers to. If you want to affect the volume here, we would need to use the mixer section here, and then we'd have track volume. Now, if you've got a lot of things on, a lot of effects and things on here, there's going to be quite a few options here that you can change. The great thing with Ableton Live is, and I may have said this in previous videos, I'm not sure, is the last thing you touch will turn up in here to for your automation. So if I want to automate, say, send A, if I click on it, you can see down here, it has now changed to mixer, reverb, send A. For some reason, I don't know why, it doesn't do it when you click on the stuff down here, but it does for anything you click up here. So if I wanted to do that, you can see it's now given me the speaker on or off option and so on. But if we go down to the clip, and we're going to choose that one, volume modulation. So what we're going to do is just going to make the volume sort of dip down in the middle. So we've got to create what are called breakpoints in our envelope line here. So we're just going to click on the first, right at the beginning, right at the end, and then we're going to do one roughly in the middle. Okay, and then I'm just going to drag that down. So as I now play the clip, the volume will dip down in the middle, it will follow this envelope. Okay, it will dip down there and it will go up at the end. So if I have a listen. Okay, and you can see here, look, the volume of the clip is moving up and down with that automation. Okay, we could do, let's just transpose it as well. We'll go a bit crazy on this. I'm going to just put a load of stuff. So this is just going to transpose it up and down. Now with the transposition one, you can see sometimes you need to drag up and down to move the envelope around, because obviously you can go like way low down like that. And then let's bring it right the way up here. This is going to sound really weird, but give it a go. Okay, so we've completely mashed up the clip. Sounds a bit weird, but you can see how you can get very creative with this. Now, if you want to get rid of your automation, just right click anywhere in here and click clear envelope, and it will get rid of it. So I'm going to do the same thing on here, and if it's got an orange dot next to it here, that means there is some sort of modulation, some sort of automation and a clip envelope on that particular parameter. So I'm going to get rid of this one as well. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of make this turn into sort of a glitchy kind of, almost like a gated volume effect. Now, so we're going to sort of basically, we're going to make it turn down on the first clip every 16th note. So first of all, I'm just going to duplicate this clip. Okay, because I'm going to leave that one as it is, and then I'm going to use this one to put our envelope on. Now at the moment, our clip, okay, our clip is 4 bars long. Okay, and our envelope is also 4 bars long, because down here you can see this is linked. So our envelope is linked to the original clip. If I unlink this, okay, what will happen is you will no longer see the waveform. You would need to go into the sample to see that. Okay, so what we can do here now is our envelope can be a completely independent length to the length of the clip. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So what I'm going to do with this, you see, I'm going to make it turn down every other 16th note. Now, for doing that in 4 bars is going to take me a long time. I've got to try and drag all these things down. So I don't need to do it like that. I can just do it basically for 1 bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this is the length of the envelope. I'm going to drag it down, not even to 1 bar, actually 1 beat. And I'm going to just zoom in, just so I can see what I'm doing. And down here, I'm going to set my resolution to 16th notes. Okay, that's an important point to do because it's going to make it a lot easier when we put our automation in. Now, so here is our first 16th note, here is our second one, here is our third one, and here is our fourth one. Okay, now I could kind of put a breakpoint there and a breakpoint there, and then sort of try and drag it down in bits, and it gets really tricky. And you've got to line it up exactly. Don't do it like that, right? It's too hard. Oh, hold on. Link it again. Sorry, I just lost my thing. Let's just get it back. Okay. Okay, so I'm still on 16th here. So what we're going to do is use the pencil tool, and the pencil tool will snap to this grid, okay, depending on the resolution down here. So I'm going to leave the first 16th note to play, and on the second one here, I'm just going to grab anywhere in the middle of that 16th note between there and there. I'm just going to click and drag down, okay, and it snaps straight to the grid and makes it dead easy. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing there. So when we now play this clip, it's going to kind of turn on and off every 16th note. Okay, so we get this nice kind of glitchy gated effect. Let's just do one more. I'm going to just duplicate the original clip again. It's going to bring it down to there. And again, we're going to unlink it, and we're going to make our envelope 1 beat long. So remember, our clip is still 4 beats long, 4 bars long I should say, but our envelope is only 1 beat long. Now what we're going to do with this one is we're going to do it every 32nd note. So I'm going to change my grid resolution to 32nd note, make sure our pencil tool is on here. And so remember, from 1 to 1, 1, 2, that is a 16th note. So a 32nd note is half. So from there to that kind of dash, that line there is a 32nd note. So we're going to turn that one down, that one down, that one, oops, let's get rid of that one down, and so all I'm doing here is clicking in the middle and dragging down while I click. Okay, so we now get, whereas on the 16th note one, we had it turned down twice, with the 32nd note it's going to turn down 4 times. Okay, so that now gives us a nice glitchy kind of effect. So what we could do is, let's just put a drum loop with that, and we can sort of start to use this as a bit of a track. So, and what I'm going to do is just kind of randomly play these. Okay, so you get the idea. So we've taken that pad sound and turned it into something new, made it our own. And obviously you can go crazy with other stuff, like I said before. You can do the volume automation, we could transpose it. Let's just go a little bit crazy on the transposition. What am I doing? Wrong thing. It's that one. Sorry, it's on clip. Let's do some of this with the pencil tool. So it's still linked. We're at 16ths. Right. I don't know. I'm just going to randomly draw some stuff in. Okay. So there's my original. Right. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, it sounds awful, but you get the idea. Right, okay, so that's just a kind of a quick introduction to clip envelopes. What we're going to do in the next video is look at how we, because I was kind of launching these clips separately, we're going to look at how we can use clip envelopes in conjunction with the follow action, which is quite a cool way of launching our clips sort of automatically. So I'm probably going to keep these same clips and we'll do it with what I've already done on this one. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Again, as always, please like, subscribe, share the videos around. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you've got any suggestions for future videos, again, just stick them in the comments below and I will try and accommodate to whatever I can on those. I do try and answer all the questions anybody asks as long as I can. If I don't know the answer, I'll just say I don't know. And there is a PayPal donate button as well in the description and also on my YouTube channel header. If you want to be generous and send me a few quid to keep the channel going, then feel free to do so. Or just check out my music. Go and follow me on Spotify, follow me on Apple Music, iTunes, Deezer, whatever is your preferred digital music channel of choice. Okay, thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next video.